It was 2 a.m., and instinctively I knew something was wrong. On the 5-minute drive to Mom's house, all the what-ifs came to my mind. And when I got there, a sweet peace came over me, and I realized it was a gift. It was our last lucid moment together. In true mom fashion, as I lay next to her, she said, "My breath is yamming." And I'm like, what? And then as we laid there in silence, she said, "Can you believe we're here?" 2 weeks later, Mom passed away. And the last bit of the child that was within me went with her. And as I journeyed on, right, and I knew that this time would come, an era in which she had prepared us for, a time in which she wouldn't see. We were anchored in wisdom, we were anchored in strength, we were anchored in love, and we were anchored in just knowing we are somebody. She gave us the best affirmations. So as I took deep breaths and tried to power through this life, right, I realized there's always going to be storms. I'm not the only one going through something. I'm not the only one that is weathering something. And I had to figure out, what was I missing? And in that journey, I realized I'm missing self-care. I had done everything for everyone but myself. And so I started to shed some of the things that were weighing me down. Weight was one of it, I'll be honest. There we are. But my dear friend Lori was like, "Let's go walk." And I walked in the winter. I got out of my comfort zone. And I really just started to come back to me a little bit. It was a bit of an awakening, and in order to progress, I had to let the people that have loved me from the beginning to the end come to my aid, which was really hard. But at the same time, it was very rewarding because they got to see me. Friends I've known since 7th grade, friends I've known since college that have been through loss, friends I've known just along the way were there to pick up the pieces. And then, most importantly, my mom always gave us each other. We had us 4 girls, and what I'm ever thankful for is that she never taught us to compete against one another. And so we rallied each other onto these journeys of life. We got to see each other through some really hard times and some really good times. And I'll be honest, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but at the same time, I was like, okay, what makes me tick? What makes me tiff? And I realized I have core values that I had forgotten about. My core values innately are truly being genuine. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It might not be easy. It might not be the best conversation. It might be hard. It might be downright painful on both ends. That's it. And then thirdly, I'm gonna show up. You have to show up in this life. And so, there's some people that are, thriving in life and are getting it, and I appreciate that. I don't hate that. But those of you that are struggling and are wondering, like, what is it for me? What is gonna make me be authentic, right? Understand your why. Let the people that love you. Let them challenge you. Let them ask you the hard questions and really, really dig in. And so that was the beginning of my metamorphosis. And, in life, there's perpetually changes that happen, right? Either you're surviving, you're living, or you're thriving. And I knew at some point I wanted to live, just like Mom was like, she fought so hard. But I'm ready to thrive. And so in the midst of me, I don't ever take the traditional route. I do the road less traveled. I wish I didn't sometimes. It would be a lot easier. But in the midst of taking that road, gosh, I really leaned into who I was. Dear friend said, sit in it. Let grief take you. Let it see what you're meant to be. And, I don't regret a moment. And I found myself living outside of societal norms, breaking those things, and instead of living for titles, I lived for impact. And I saw myself changing every day. And as I got up, I was just like, okay, this is good. This is me. And being a parent is the best gift that I've had. And I want to model not perfection, because we're not perfect. I want to model what it looks like to struggle. I want to model what it looks like to smile. In the midst of adversity, I want to model what it looks like to cry, because we're all going to face those challenges in this life. And so I see my people here. I'm thankful for them. There are embers of light within this audience. And again, it doesn't matter where you are in this journey, but don't you want more? Just a little bit. I mean, there's so much darkness. Don't you wish you had a little bit more light just leading your path, right? Every step along the way. And so for those that are here and those that have made an impact in my life, I thank you. I appreciate you. I wouldn't even be here without you. For those that are wondering what's next for me, lean into it. Give it a try. give your life a whirl, and truly authenticity reigns supreme, because then you don't have to fake anything. How easy is that? And what I love about Mom is that she would always tell us, I'm a woman of integrity. And we'd be, as kids, you're laughing, you're like, okay, Mom. But really, in 64 years, she understood the assignment. So what I task you with right now is, do you know yours, and are you living it? Thank you.